I genuinely believe that the Heisman Trophy winner is going to come out of the Big Ten championship game. And on a football field, it feels a lot to me like Julian Sayin can win it going away if Ohio State just plays its game, while Fernando Mendoza might still win it, but it would be by playing a different sort of game than the one that Julian Sayin's going to play against the Hoosiers. I'm going to explain this. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. This is your first time watching Adapt and Respond. Thank you for joining us. We talk college football year round. If you are into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like this video. Answer the question in the comments below. Who's going to win the Heisman Trophy? Do you think it's going to be Julian Sayin, Fernando Mendoza, or Diego Pavia? Because it feels like those are the three finalists right now that we can bank on. Jeremiah Love might be invited. Jacob Rodriguez might be invited. But I think the winner is going to come out of the 1 versus 2 matchup. That is one of the last games before we find out who wins the Heisman Trophy. So looking at this, I wrote a piece about Fernando Mendoza that you can read on foxsports.com. And I really enjoy him. I think he is an outstanding quarterback and an even better person. And listening to him talk is really cool because he's very polished. He understands eye contact. He understands addressing the person that has asked him the question. And he also understands giving an in-depth answer and real thought to whatever is put in front of him. So I asked him about his mom because he says that's his why. And his mother is dealing with MS. She was a player at Miami, played tennis, is an MBA grad from Miami. His dad's a pediatrician. It's a really fascinating and robust family. He went to Christopher Columbus and started every game, every game he started, they won. They won 6-0. But he still didn't have any D1 offers after that. He ends up getting his first D1 offer from Yale. Then his first Power 4 offer comes and goes to Cal. Ends up at Cal. Last year threw for 3,000 yards, goes in the portal, comes out at Indiana, and is having one of the best seasons of any quarterback in the country. Nobody's thrown more touchdown passes this season than Fernando Mendoza at 32. He's thrown for 2,700 yards on 293 attempts. I believe the knock on him is simply they don't air it out as much as Ohio State can and will. Now, they've got a really great set of receivers, particularly in Omar Cooper and Elijah Surratt. But Indiana is a running football team that plays defense. And that is the thing. When they're balanced, they're really difficult to beat. Unbeatable this year so far, 12-0. They love to run the football. They have over 200 yards rushing in their last game against Purdue. And if they can put 250, 300 up on you, he's not going to throw for 300. He might go for 200, right? And against other defenses, they can have big plays. Against this Ohio State defense, that's going to be difficult. They're top to bottom great. They're the best defense in the country, and they got first-round draft picks at every level, right? Caden Curry's having a great year. Caden McDonald's having a great year. Arvell Reese is Joel Klatt's favorite football player that does not play quarterback this year because he can do everything. He can play on the line of scrimmage. He can play at second level. He's called him the best parts of Micah Parsons and denied Dennis Sutton. And at 6'4", damn near 250, you can see it. Like, he makes Caleb Downs look like an ant, and Caleb Downs is not a small man. Also, the best defender in the country is Caleb Downs. You can put him anywhere. Destroyer of worlds. That dude plays all 3 levels. And Fernando Mendoza, he knows he's going to be looking at that. And on the outside, Davison Igbinosun, Devin Sanchez, Jermaine Matthews, Jalen McClain. Again, they got dudes, right? Lorenzo Styles. It's going to be difficult to move the football against that team, especially if you can't run it because they're ball hawks. Julian Sayin, on the other hand, is the most accurate passer in NCAA history. As a matter of fact, if he completes, I think something like 75% of his passes on Saturday, he's going to end this season with or I should say, he did finish the regular season as the most accurate passer in history. Stop that for a single season. 78.9% of his passes completing, which is ridiculous. The ball just does not hit the floor. And one of the reasons that it does is, yes, he's got Sayins out there on the outside in J.J. Smith and Carnell Tate. Like, it is full-on Frieza and Vegeta out there, and you better hope you got Goku on your side. And you know what? Problem with that is they got Goku on theirs. His name is Caleb Downs. Like, it's like that, dog. Like, I'm sure somebody gonna be in the comments over here talking about, yo, RG, isn't Goku much more like Jeremiah Smith? You can put him there if you want to. That's cool. I'm fine with it. And it looks like Bo Jackson might turn out to be Gohan. Like, if you make him mad, he'll probably run all over you. If you make him sad, I'm not sure. We haven't seen him sad yet, right? Dude didn't even touch the ball versus Texas. Still might rush for 1,000 yards this year. Wild, right? So you got all of that. And then you got Sayin, who's got the best QBR of any quarterback in the country, like 91.4. Passer rating is usually what we go with in college football as opposed to QBR, but the point stands. If he wins the Heisman Trophy, he would be the first dude to win it at Ohio State since 2006 with Troy Smith. Remember, they made that national championship game, and then Florida, Urban Meyer beat up on them. Made good about 8 years later, won them a national championship. Urban Meyer, man. A lot of things going to be said about Urban Meyer. One of them that always must be said is he's a winner. Everywhere he went, he won, and he won at a high friggin' clip. Same thing is being said about Ryan Day, or should be. He is like 83-11, which is a wild statistic. And he is 7-0 against ranked opponents since last year, right? Since they went on their run. They lost to Michigan in the game last year. Since then, nobody's able to beat them. They're 16-0. They look like the best football team in the country, and they look like they could very much show up in the AFC South and win the division. Like they're that stacked, and I can't wait to see how many guys off this roster get drafted. A little bit of moving and shaking that might be affecting with Brian Hartline becoming the new head coach of South Florida, but still calling the plays for Ohio State through his national championship run, or so they hope it's a national championship run. But also, he's been doing a great job of just dialing up things that work for Julian Sayin and also get the ball to their playmakers as early and often as they can. One of the, I think, criticisms of Chip Kelly's offense last year is it was much more basic and vanilla than it needed to be. We get it. You got better players than them. You don't think you need to run complex things, but you can and you should. And one of those complex things is just getting matchups for Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate that are one-on-one, because that makes the defensive backs food. I tell you, they're going to be eating. They're going to be doing this if you keep them one-on-one. You bracket them, Max Clair's right there. And that's just been the offense. And Julian Sayin has been so good because he processes it so quickly. Like, he doesn't take sacks in large part because he gets rid of the football. It does not stay in his hands. He gets it out, and if it ain't there, he throws it away. It is the maturest that I've seen from a first-year starter. I mean, I have to remind myself that he's a redshirt freshman, because a couple of times here on this show I've said true freshman. It's his first year starting, but even so, man, I'm amazed at just how he's able to get the ball out, how he is able to make good decisions pre and post snap, and how his ability to throw the ball accurately, say, into the net has translated to throwing the ball accurately when you got Big Ten defenses in your face. Again, one of the things that I think is mostly underrated about this team is they've been stomping people out, but they've been stomping people out with efficiency. Like, it's getting a little bit louder. They don't play any more football than they have to. And when you're going to play 4 games, 3 games at most or 4 games in the postseason, if you make the Big Ten championship, 4 games if you don't, you know that you need to be able to play at least a third of the season, right? You got to play a third of the season in the postseason. So your season is basically grown by 33%. And they're going, why stretch ourselves thin? So they play a lot of players, they rotate in, they get their twos in there as quickly as they can, and they try to help them understand and make plays. Like, a lot of the things that I've seen with Lincoln Keenholz, I'm going, okay, why is he doing this? In case something happens to Julian Sayin is the short answer. But Sayin has also not had the statistics that I think he should have in large parts as they pull him, but you can make that argument all across college football for Marcel Reed, for Diego Pavia, for Jeremiah Love. I just don't think it's a good argument, and I will flay anybody that says so. The stats are what the stats are. If you can't get it done in the first half, get it done another way. That said, I think Julian Sayin can win it on Saturday just by throwing the football. So if he goes for 300 yards and 3 TDs, no picks, they win the football game. Fernando Mendoza goes, let's call it 18 of 25 for 270 with 2 TDs and a pick. There it is. The Heisman Trophy is going to be wearing scarlet and gray. The runner-up will be wearing crimson and cream.